Taiwan, a small island nation off the coast of mainland China, holds immense strategic importance. Its geographic position makes it a key player in East Asia's geopolitical landscape. Taiwan relies heavily on imports, making it vulnerable to supply disruptions. It is a global leader in the semiconductor industry, powering everything from smartphones to military hardware. Taiwan's strategic importance is not lost on China, which views control of Taiwan as essential. The Taiwan Strait is a vital waterway for international trade and a potential flashpoint in US-China tensions. The reunification of Taiwan with mainland China is a core objective of the Chinese Communist Party. It is a deeply ingrained principle that dates back to the Chinese Civil War. The CCP views Taiwan as an integral part of China, separated during the mid-20th century. Historically, China has viewed Taiwan as a symbol of national humiliation. The island was ceded to Japan in 1895 after the First Sino-Japanese War. It was returned to China after World War II. The CCP's claim to Taiwan is not solely based on history. President Xi Jinping has made it clear that Taiwan's reunification is a key part of his vision for China's future. The CCP's determination to achieve reunification with Taiwan should not be underestimated. The party views the issue as a matter of national sovereignty and territorial integrity. It has repeatedly stated its willingness to use force if necessary to prevent Taiwan from declaring independence. A blockade of Taiwan has emerged as a potential strategy for China to achieve its long-standing goal of reunification. This approach, while aggressive, is seen as a less drastic alternative to a full-scale invasion. It offers the possibility of bringing Taiwan under Beijing's control without resorting to a bloody and destructive conflict. The concept of a blockade hinges on Taiwan's vulnerabilities. As an island nation, Taiwan is heavily reliant on maritime trade for its economic survival. A blockade, enforced by China's increasingly powerful navy, could effectively cut off Taiwan's access to essential goods and resources. This could cripple the island's economy and potentially force its government to the negotiating table. A blockade would not be limited to physical ships blocking ports. China could leverage its growing cyber warfare capabilities to disrupt Taiwan's communication networks, financial systems, and critical infrastructure. This digital siege could further amplify the pressure on Taiwan's government and population. The appeal of a blockade to China's leadership lies in its potential to achieve reunification without triggering a devastating war. However, this approach is fraught with risks and challenges. The international community's response, the potential for economic blowback, and the resilience of the Taiwanese people are all factors that could undermine the effectiveness of a blockade. A Chinese blockade of Taiwan would not occur in a vacuum. It would trigger a swift and severe response from the international community, particularly from the United States and its allies in the region. The United States has a long-standing commitment to Taiwan's security, and a blockade would be viewed as a direct challenge to American interests in the Indo-Pacific. The Biden administration has made it clear that it opposes any unilateral actions by China to alter the status quo in the Taiwan Strait. The United States has provided Taiwan with billions of dollars in military aid in recent years, and it regularly conducts naval patrols in the region to demonstrate its commitment to freedom of navigation. A blockade of Taiwan would likely lead to a significant increase in US military deployments to the region. The United States could also impose crippling economic sanctions on China, potentially cutting off access to crucial markets and technologies. The potential for miscalculation and escalation during a blockade is high. Any direct confrontation between Chinese and American forces could quickly spiral into a wider conflict. Section 5. Economic fallout. A price too high? Beyond the immediate geopolitical risks, a Chinese blockade of Taiwan would have profound economic consequences for China, Taiwan, and the global economy. Taiwan is a major trading partner for many countries, and a blockade would disrupt global supply chains, particularly in the technology sector. Taiwan's semiconductor industry is a critical node in the global tech ecosystem. A blockade would choke off the flow of these essential components, impacting everything from smartphone production to the development of advanced artificial intelligence systems. This would have a ripple effect throughout the global economy, leading to shortages, price hikes, and economic instability. China itself would not be immune to the economic fallout of a blockade. The United States and its allies would likely impose severe economic sanctions, targeting key sectors of the Chinese economy. This could damage China's growth prospects and undermine its efforts to become a global technological leader. The economic costs of a blockade, combined with the potential for international backlash, raise serious questions about the viability of this strategy for China. While a blockade may seem like a less destructive option than a full-scale invasion, its economic and political consequences could be equally devastating in the long run. Section 6. The Taiwanese spirit of resistance. Any assessment of the feasibility of a Chinese blockade of Taiwan must take into account the determination of the Taiwanese people to resist coercion and defend their way of life. Taiwan has a long history of resisting outside pressure, and its people are deeply committed to democratic values and self-rule. Taiwan has been building up its defenses for decades in anticipation of potential aggression from China. The island nation has a modern military equipped with advanced weaponry, and its government has been investing in asymmetric warfare capabilities to counter China's military superiority. Beyond its military capabilities, Taiwan benefits from a strong sense of national identity and a vibrant civil society. The Taiwanese people are well aware of the threat posed by China, and they are prepared to resist any attempt to undermine their freedom and autonomy. China's leadership would be making a grave miscalculation to underestimate the resolve of the Taiwanese people. Any attempt to impose a blockade on Taiwan would be met with fierce resistance, potentially leading to a protracted conflict that would be costly for all involved. Section 7. Historical echoes the legacy of the Chinese Civil War. The tensions between China and Taiwan are rooted in the unresolved legacy of the Chinese Civil War. The war from 1927 to 1949 saw the CCP, led by Mao Zedong, defeat the KMT, led by Chiang Kai-shek. The CCP established the People's Republic of China, while the KMT fled to Taiwan, forming the Republic of China. This division has fueled decades of tension and hostility. Understanding the Chinese Civil War is crucial for grasping the current situation in the Taiwan Strait. Section 8. Shifting Sands, China's Rise and the Taiwan Strait. The balance of power in the Taiwan Strait has shifted dramatically in recent decades, largely due to China's remarkable economic and military rise. China is now the world's second-largest economy, and its military has undergone a rapid modernization program, transforming it into a formidable force. China's growing military might is particularly concerning for Taiwan. The People's Liberation Army, or PLA, has been developing and deploying advanced weaponry designed to give it an edge in any potential conflict over Taiwan. This includes sophisticated missiles, stealth fighters, and aircraft carriers. China's economic clout also gives it leverage over Taiwan. China is Taiwan's largest trading partner, and it has used this economic relationship to exert pressure on Taiwan's government. China has also been actively working to isolate Taiwan diplomatically, poaching its few remaining diplomatic allies. The shifting balance of power in the Taiwan Strait has raised concerns that China may be emboldened to take military action against Taiwan. The risk of miscalculation and escalation is high, and any conflict in the Taiwan Strait would have devastating consequences for the region and the world. Section 9. Blockade or invasion, a comparison of risks. As tensions between China and Taiwan continue to escalate, the international community is grappling with the possibility of a Chinese military intervention. Two scenarios dominate the discussion: a blockade of Taiwan or a full-scale invasion. Both options carry significant risks and potential consequences. A blockade, while seemingly less destructive than an invasion, could quickly escalate into a wider conflict. The United States and its allies are unlikely to stand idly by while China strangles Taiwan's economy. Any attempt to break the blockade could lead to a direct military confrontation between major powers. An invasion of Taiwan, while a logistically and militarily challenging operation, remains a possibility. China's military has been preparing for this contingency for decades, and it may calculate that the benefits of seizing Taiwan outweigh the costs. However, an invasion would be a bloody and protracted affair, with the potential for massive casualties and widespread destruction. The choice between a blockade and an invasion presents China's leadership with a difficult dilemma. Both options carry significant risks, and neither guarantees a swift or decisive victory. The international community must remain vigilant and work to deter China from taking any actions that could destabilize the region and plunge the world into conflict.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.